Every era has had its share of young entrepreneurs who did well, from farmer Eliza Lucas Pinckney in the 1800s to Apple founder Steve Jobs in the 2000s, 1900s. Now it's up to Generation Z, which includes people born between 1997 and 2012 and ages 10 to 25, to find new ways to make money on their own. Many of these bright stars have to start young if they want to become entrepreneurs and leave their mark on the world. Watch about the new generation of American, Indian, and British business owners. But before we start our countdown, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon as well. 1. Hart Main. Hart Main came up with the idea for manly scented candles when he was 13 years old. He got the idea after making fun of his sister for selling girly scented candles for a school fundraiser. Hart didn't think twice about what he said in jest until he went out to buy a $1,500 bike. Hart's parents gave him small amounts of money to start the business, and Hart and his parents worked together to make the candles, which they named Man Cans. They are now made by people with disabilities at the Beaver Creek Candle Company in Lisbon, Ohio. With a simple and masculine design, soup cans are used to make Man Cans candles, which come in scents like campfire, bacon, sawdust, fresh cut grass, and grandpa's pipe. As of 2016, Hart's candles are sold in all 50 states, and each year they make more than $60,000 in sales. Hart gives a portion of the money from each sale to soup kitchens in Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Michigan. He does this as a way to give back to the community. 2. Kamaria Warren. Kamaria Warren's mom, a graphic designer named Shauna Sasser, took her shopping for birthday invitations when she was 7 years old. They found that there was nothing out there for brown and black girls. Brown Girls Stationery was born out of this need to make something. That led the girl from McDonough, Georgia, to start making party and school supplies, stationery, vegan purses, and accessories for girls. Because of our unique images and products, we can make money and help people at the same time, says Warren, who is now 13 and whose business has 5 paid employees and 5 volunteers. She sells her products on Shopify, Fair Marketplace, in bulk, and at local events. About 10,000 notebooks, 2,500 notepads, and 1,500 backpacks are sold by Warren every year, on average. She is now putting out 1,000 new party packs, 1,000 new lip glosses, and a new purse with a positive message every month. 3. Ryan Hickman. Ryan Hickman was 3 years old when he decided he didn't like seeing empty bottles and cans on the ground, so he did something about it. Hickman started collecting his family's recyclables and then went with his dad to the local recycling center, where he got $5 for the load. He was so moved by that workout that he started going door to door with a bag on his bike to collect his neighbors' recyclables. The Orange County, California, boy was only 7 years old when he started his own business, which he called Ryan's Recycling Company. Now 13, Hickman has been praised by news outlets over the years, including CNN Kid Wonder in 2017. He has also talked about his mission on many national TV shows, such as Ellen and Today. On his website, he sells t-shirts with the words "Make the Sea Trash Free" on them. All of the money he makes from selling his stuff and recycling goes to the Pacific Marine Mammal Center, which helps save marine mammals. 4. Born Lily. The best way to handle a spill is to keep it from happening. When she was 8 years old, inventor Lily Bourne noticed that her grandfather, who had Parkinson's disease, often spilled his drinks, leaving her grandmother to clean up. Bourne made a cup with 3 legs that won't tip over. She called it the Kangaroo Cup and started a company called Imagaroo LLC. Today, Bourne, who is 16 years old, has sold tens of thousands of kangaroo cups all over the world. She is an example for other kids who don't see the problem, but the solution. 5. Kiki Hardee. At age 5, Caitlin Kiki Hardee of Vista, California, made sure that neither the families of her classmates nor the schools in her area went into debt because of school meals. This was because she had a good heart. She had heard that her school in the Vista Unified School District owed more than $600 for school lunches and that some kids had to skip lunch because their parents couldn't pay. All of that was wrong in Hardee's eyes. In what became known as Kiki's Kindness Project, Hardee started selling cookies and hot cocoa and doing other things to raise money. Hardee, who is now 8 years old, was able to raise enough money to pay off the district's lunch debt, which was more than $7,000. Hardee's ongoing efforts have raised more than $22,000 so far, and he hopes to raise a total of $250,000 and inspire other kids to find ways to help those who are less fortunate. 6. Mikey Wren. This boy from St. Louis, Missouri, started Mikey's Munchies Vending, a group of vending machines, when he was only 8 years old. He wants to help his community, so he gives his time to teach people about money and holds a drive every year to give new toys to local kids. He has also written 2 books for kids. Mikey Learns About Business, which is about writing a business plan, marketing, and networking, and Biz is a Whiz, which is for kids in pre-K through 3rd grade. He often gets asked to talk about his work at public events. Wren is also on 2 national boards for children. He gave brand new clothes worth $10,000 to young people in his area. Mozia Bridges. If you care a lot about style, sometimes there's nothing for sale that meets your high standards of fashion. Mozia Bridges, who grew up in Memphis, couldn't find a good bow tie when he was 9 years old. So, he started Mo's Bows. First, he learned how to sew. Then, he used scraps from his grandmother's sewing projects to make colorful bow ties. Eventually, he hired tailors to make the clothes while he took care of the business and creative sides. Bridges, who is 20 years old and has been on Shark Tank, has sold more than $700,000 worth of handmade ties and other accessories for men. 8. Vinusha MK. Vinusha MK baked a cake because it was going to be her mother's birthday soon. The first time I made the cake, it tasted good but was too soft. She swore she would never bake again. That didn't last long. The cakes turned out great after a few tries. So a baker came into being. Vinusha also wants to open a cooking school in India for people with low incomes. Until then, the hardworking baker, who is now 12 years old, sells her famous cupcakes and a baking kit that kids can use to make cakes without the internet or a smartphone. In the meantime, she works as an intern for famous chefs at top hotels in India and runs an online business that sells pastries, cakes, chocolates, and sandwiches. 10. Mia Monzadelis. A lot of young children want ponies. That's fine if they live in the country, but if they live in a city or suburb, that dream is almost impossible to come true. When Mia Monzadelis was 5, she asked her parents for a pony to keep at her suburban home in Belmore, Long Island, New York. They told her no, but she didn't give up. She thought about her dream in a creative way and came up with the idea for Power Pony, a mechanical pony or unicorn with a furry exterior and moving parts inside that can be controlled by an iOS app and has a furry surface. With the child in the saddle, the 4-legged toys can move around the room. From the ground to the saddle is 20 inches, and from the foot pads to the saddle is 16 inches. From the handle to the end of the tail, it is 24 inches long. Monzadelis said that her dad was the one who thought it was a good idea for her to make ponies and unicorns and helped her make it happen. Before they found the right one, they tried out a lot of different pony toys. Mia, who is now 11, says, "Sometimes it was frustrating, but we kept going until we got it right." The business now has 15 paid workers and 12 volunteers. For the holidays in 2021, her business sold 5,000 items. In 2021, her company gave $5,000 to the Family and Children's Association of Garden City, Long Island. 10. Fraser Doherty. Doherty started making jams from his grandmother's recipes when he was 14 years old. The teen in Edinburgh, Scotland, first sold the sweets door-to-door in his neighborhood. Then he set up a booth at a farmer's market in Edinburgh and rode his bike to customers' homes to deliver their orders. He quit school and rented a factory a few days a month to keep up with demand. In 2007, the high-end UK grocery store Waitrose asked Doherty if they could sell his 100% fruit-based Super Jam products. This led to his jams being sold in many stores in the UK and Europe. 5 years later, Doherty brought his products to Korea and Japan. In an hour, a Korean shopping network sold £1 million worth of his products. Even Queen Elizabeth II got involved when she gave Doherty an MBE medal for service to business in the UK. Doherty had sold 5 million jars of jam by the year 2019. He also hosts hundreds of free tea parties for older people and has set up projects to teach people how to keep bees. So, that's it for today. We hope you enjoyed the video. Use the comment section below to tell us what you think about the video. Also, make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to be notified of all the latest videos.